Welcome to another Compassion Works for All video. And this video is for kids. And I bet all of you kids, and maybe your moms and dads that are watching, are recognizing a mall that is probably very similar to a street in your neighborhood. If you live in a big city, you might even recognize the stores, even though you may not have a big parking lot in front of them. Now, I'm wondering, as you see these stores, if it is making you think even a little bit about pizza and video games, and over here we have a Sonic, and then we have a Mexican restaurant, and across the street, you may not see it very well, but across the bushes and the parking lot and the gas station, we have a big Walmart. And I bet that, like most kids, when you go into a Walmart or a video game store or a Sonic, you think, oh, I want this or I want that. There's our Burger King over there, and you might love some of the Burger King dinners. And all of a sudden, you're thinking, all the things that I want, because they taste so good, or you don't have one of those, or they're fun to play with. But if you are like a lot of kids that I know, you get one thing, and then a few minutes later, you want something else. I was talking to my friend Bobby the other day, and he had spent 6 months making extra money for his allowance by doing chores around the house, because he wanted a remote control car. He had seen this car. He wanted it so badly. It cost a lot more money than he had, so he kept saving up all of his money. And finally, he had enough money after all that hard work. He went and he got his remote control car. He had so much fun playing with it that afternoon and the next day. And then he was doing other things with his friends when one day his mom said to him, "I don't ever see you playing with your remote control car." "Oh," he said, "oh, I do." But he knew it wasn't quite true, because he wasn't playing with his remote control car. He had forgotten about it. Now, sometimes I hear grown-ups say to kids, "Oh, you can't ever be happy. Oh, you always want everything you see. You don't appreciate anything. Well, you just don't have any focus." And sometimes they're a little critical and scolding. But let me tell you a secret that is helpful to know. It's one of those secrets that really is becoming more and more understandable and explains to us why most all human beings are the way we are. That secret is that is the way our brains work. Our brains always focus on something new and different something we don't have, something we want, something that's bigger or better, something that someone else has. And as soon as we get that thing, our brains focus on something else, something bigger and better and more. Now, when we think about it, and we're still playing with some of these ideas, but it makes sense. When we had the brains 100,000 years ago, or many more hundreds of thousands of years, that helped us survive as primitive cavemen, it served us well to always want more, always want something bigger or better or shinier, something that would ensure that if hard times came, we would survive. We would have enough weapons, we would have enough food, we would have what we needed, even if we had to pick up and leave in an emergency. Then we could start again in a new little house. And for everything we found that we needed at that moment, we'd start immediately looking around for something else, something more, something bigger, something better. And all of that deeply made us feel safe and secure is still something that works in our brain today. Isn't that interesting that we are still so much like those cavemen a long time ago? But we're not cavemen. We can't keep getting bigger and better and more. We don't have the money, we don't have the resources. We have to grow beyond the caveman's brain. We have to grow beyond getting more all the time, and we can do that. But when you're a kid, it's a good time to experiment with, I want to eat all the candy I can eat. I want to save all the money I can save. I want these toys, because then we get to watch our brain being needy and greedy, and we can say, oh, look at how my brain works. And by understanding our brain better and understanding ourselves better, we can make new decisions. And we can stop and think, I don't really need that. I already have 5 of those. I don't need to eat 4 desserts. I'm full. And then we develop new pathways in our brain, new patterns, new ways of thinking, and we understand more clearly what we need when we need it, and when we don't need something, and can say to ourselves, I don't need that. I'm going to focus on saving my money for something else that maybe is a long time into the future, where we know it will benefit us for years and years to come, like going to college. So watch your brain. Understand how your brain works. Watch when these feelings come up. And then talk to yourself and say, what is my brain telling me? Because those primitive old feelings are still alive in all of our brains. And then we think, what is the most practical, the most logical, and best for me in the long term? What are the consequences? How can I make a good decision here? That's what we all need to learn to do. Look around, you will see a lot of grown-ups still working with that primitive caveman brain. They didn't learn those lessons yet, but you can. So I'm glad you listened to our video with us today. I can smell Papa John's pizza. Maybe I need some Papa John's pizza. Okay, we'll see you in a new video sometime soon. Thanks for watching.